I thought that by sharing my goals with you today, that it might give me a little bit of motivation to actually work through my goals. Plus, I made a little recording sheet so that I can actually keep track of how I'm doing throughout the year and not just have this goals video and never think about it again. Hi everyone, welcome to our homeschool table. My name is Jerilyn. I am a mom of 3 kids, ages 10, 3, and 1. Here on my channel, I like to share all about everything that is related to homeschool mom life, organization, planning, curriculum, reviews, and even cleaning my house. So I hope that you will subscribe and click the thumbs up button if you enjoy this video. So let's go ahead and just jump right into my goals for the 2025 year. Now, a little backstory about me. I have never really been big into setting goals or having New Year's resolutions. Last year, I did write down a few things that I wanted to potentially accomplish for the year. They were mostly just personal goals, like reading more and things like that. But I never really did much with that. I didn't really ever look at them again because the planner that I had started the year using, I didn't really care for, so I stopped, and that's where they were all written down. And then I never even really thought, oh, I should probably rip those out and keep them. I just didn't ever look at them again. So now that I have this YouTube channel, I thought maybe if I made a video about my goals and put it out there to hopefully encourage some of you in making goals for yourselves, that maybe it would encourage me to look back at this video later on and kind of remember what I had talked about and then actually work towards those goals a little bit more than maybe I would otherwise. If you have been around my channel for a little while, you may know that I like a checklist, and I really need to have a visual reminder of doing whatever I say that I'm going to do. So I made this little goals sheet. I have 5 slots for goals in each section, but I don't have all 5 filled out. I just put 1 through 5, but didn't necessarily have a certain number that I wanted to make. So I have 3 areas for goals: personal, family, and homeschool. Let's go ahead and start with my personal goals. So I have 4 personal goals, and the first one is to walk 100 miles a month for each month of the year. I actually started this in November this year, so about 2 months ago now. And in November, I walked 101 miles. And so that was pretty exciting that I accomplished that goal. This month in December, I am on my way to that as well. I've been trying to go on a lot more walks than I usually do, and to use my treadmill if it's pouring down rain or if it's late at night and in the dark. Although I don't care for walking on my treadmill for the majority of my walking and steps, I really like to just be outside. So I am going to continue on with my walking 100 miles a month goal. My second goal is to create and follow a deep cleaning checklist for myself. Over the last several years, I have tried the Fly Lady cleaning system, and I've watched a bajillion videos on cleaning your house and cleaning routines and all of those things. And I have my daily routines down pretty well as far as keeping the house, manageable. But I'm really struggling still with the deep cleaning part. And I think part of that is because most cleaning routines that you'll find, on Pinterest or on YouTube, things like that, they are very general. And I need a very specific cleaning list for myself. So since I really like spreadsheets, I thought I should probably take some time and create a checklist for myself to just rotate. I don't want to set any I'm going to do this room during this week of the month and anything like that. I don't want to necessarily do the Fly Lady system for the zone cleaning, but I do need some sort of a rotation of dusting and cleaning the shower and just all of those things that you don't really want to do, or things that you only need to do maybe twice a year. I want to have a section for that as well. So if you would like to hear anything more about that, I'm happy to do a video once I create that, and I will be working on that in the next couple of weeks since we're off of school. So my third goal is to try making one new meal per month. We are creatures of habit around here, and we kind of tend to get in not a rut, I would say, but we kind of eat the same thing all the time. So I would like to find a few new recipes and make a new meal for dinner specifically once per month. So then I can just add to my list of things that I like to make and things that the family likes and things like that. My fourth personal goal is to read 25 books in 2025. And that sounds a little weird because that's 1 month that would have to have 3 books instead of 2. But I'm trying to kind of follow the Charlotte Mason Mother Culture recommendations for having different types of books that you're reading all at the same time, not in one sitting, but just in different times of day, reading different types of books. And there are so many books that I think, oh, I've never read that. A lot of them are actually children's book series that I never read as a kid, and I would really like to read them now. Or maybe they're a series that my daughter's read that she really likes that I've never read, so why not read something like that? So on my to-be-read list for this year, I have lots of books, but I'm starting, and I actually started in December, reading the Little House series. I've never read those before, so I started out with Little House in the Big Woods, and then I'm going to move on from there. I also would really like to read the Chronicles of Narnia this year. I've still never read those or really even seen the movies, but I hear about them all the time, so I want to go through those. And then I have lots of books that are more like educational philosophy type of books and things like that. So I can share more about those if you're interested in another video, but for right now, my goal is to read 25 books for 2025, so about 2 books per month. I do plan to add my monthly goals update into our homeschool update for each month. So I will probably put that at the end of the video or something like that without making the video too terribly long, but I do want to keep you posted on kind of how I'm doing, and that will really help me to stay motivated to actually do them. On to the next category, which is the family category. So number 1 in my family category is to go on a date with my husband about once per month. And we decided already that we would make sure that this isn't necessarily like going out for dinner or something like that, but it is going somewhere or doing something together that's just us without the kids, and hopefully we'll be able to find somebody to watch them and then we can go do some things. So some of the things that we've talked about, besides different restaurants that we want to go to that our kids don't necessarily like that we enjoy, we'd like to go on some hikes or go on some history dates. We used to do that back when we were newly married and we didn't have kids yet. We would go and visit local historical sites and things like that, and we really enjoyed doing that. The second family goal that I have that I actually haven't told my family about yet, but I'm sure my daughter especially will be excited, is to have a once a month family fun night. And that doesn't necessarily mean that we leave the house to go do anything, but it means that we do something fun as a family. So whether that is have a game night or make popcorn and watch a movie or go do something all together. We do a lot of those types of things at this time of year because we have so many different, things that we go and do as part of our Christmas traditions, like Christmas light looking, and we went to a living nativity this year with some friends, and I don't know, just little things like that. I would like to have one night a month where we plan something fun, and I would like to include my daughter in helping me to plan that because that is something that she would really enjoy doing. The last subject are my homeschool goals, and these are not what you would call SMART goals. They're not specific and measurable and all of that. They are just more general and basic goals. They don't really have anything to do with certain curriculum, but they are homeschool related. So here we go. My first homeschool goal is to keep things simple. And when I think about how a lot of times people have a word of the year, if I was going to create a word of the year for this year, it would be simple, because I have 3 kids now, and I know that isn't very many, in comparison to some people, but it's a lot more than I had about 4 years ago when I only had 1 child. And that's when I started homeschooling, was when she was 5, and then my son was born when she was 6, almost 7. So things have gotten busier since we started homeschooling, and I would like to keep things simple, especially as I think about curriculum and our schedule and things like that. Do make sure that you're subscribed and click that notification bell down below, because I am going to be putting out some videos about how I kind of plan to finish this school year, and how I am probably going to lean a little bit more towards homeschooling year-round, and just what that means for us, because it doesn't mean math 365 days a year. It just, I'll make another video about that. But if you're interested in that sooner than later, go ahead and leave a comment down below so that I can put priority to that. My second goal is to only buy essentials. As you can see back here and up at the top of my shelf, and all of these resources behind me, I have a lot of things for homeschooling, and sometimes I get really excited and I buy things before I even need them, and or I buy things that I think I might want or need for later, and then I haven't even touched them yet. So I really want to be mindful to only buy the essential things that we actually need, and to go through all the things that I have already to prepare for next school year and the rest of this school year. My third goal is to focus heavily on relationships over academics. I have been thinking about that for probably the last 3 to 4 years, and I would definitely say that as children get older and as we add more children in our family, relationships get a little bit more challenging, and so there needs to be a little bit more focus on that aspect of our homeschool than the actual academics themselves. And I do kind of wonder if the more year-round approach that I'm thinking about might actually benefit us in that way. So stay tuned. And the last homeschool goal that I have, number 4, is to spread things out. And this is referring to the enrichment topics that we cover, and the history and science and things like that. I get so focused sometimes on checking boxes off of my checklist that I really want to finish, by this certain time. And after 5 years of homeschooling now, and this is being our 6th year, I've kind of decided that none of that really matters, that just continuing on doing the next thing the next day is the route that I want to go in creating a more relaxed homeschool day, and just making our homeschool time just our way of life, and not so focused on this is school time and this is playtime, and everything is learning and everything is part of our education. Even me as a mom, I am still educating myself all the time, and that is something that I hope to do this year in reading those 25 books that I was talking about. So I just want to work on spreading things out a bit and not focusing so much on checklists, which is kind of funny because I have my checklist here. But I do think it's important to have these things to kind of help us keep moving. But if the box isn't checked by a certain time, maybe it's not that big of a deal, right? Now, let me know what your goals are for this year, whether they are personal goals or homeschool goals or work goals, things that you have in mind that you would like to share. Go ahead and drop those down below in the comments. I would love to hear what you are thinking for this year. So as we wrap up December, I had been seeing other people posting their goals and got a little bit more motivation to write things down, make a plan, um, and stay motivated. So that's what I'm going to try to do this year. If you would like some continual encouragement throughout the homeschool year and just the regular calendar year, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss when I post a new video, and click the like button so that I know you are enjoying this content. I am going to be making some more videos about how my goals are going and just adding those into my monthly homeschool updates. So I hope that you will stick around to see those. Thank you so much for watching today and hanging out with me at our homeschool table, and we'll see you next time.